Penny Stock SMS, your number one source for penny stock SMS alerts. You can receive VIP text alerts by texting stocks to 313131 or by visiting our site pennystocksms.com. We're going to take another look at RESS. Today's May 30th, 2012. This stock was basically non-existent in regards to the trading world. We can see back in April and prior, not a lot of volume. Down at the volume bar, you can see that the volume of shares was virtually non-existent, and you can see that the price here wasn't really moving. We've got these little black lines here. If you can see it on the video chart, it's basically showing that the price has been sitting around at the 10-cent level. And we saw some volume start to come in here in early May. May 1st actually looks like it was the kickoff, and the stock had a beautiful run all the way up to 21 cents. From here we built up some resistance, and we had a rising trend support that was pushing the stock upwards on the rise, and once we broke the support area, this basically signaled that the stock needed to pull back and have a consolidation. Now from here we came back and bounced off of our 13-cent support level. You can see we actually came all the way down briefly to test our old support at 10 cents, and then we had closed up at 13. The next day we had bounced off the 13-cent area as well. So watch for possible support in this area. We've also built up some nice support at 14 cents over the last several trading days as well. Now what we were suggesting in the last video was that we needed some nice volume to come in and we could kick the stock off on a really nice run. Now what happened is the stock actually ended up opening at around 25 cents, and the previous day it had closed at around 17 cents. So this was basically a very large gap that was left in the trading. You can see that once that gap was opened up, the stock ended up coming all the way back down and ended up having to fill the gap right at the 17-cent area. We actually from here have been now entering another consolidation, moving between the 17 and 14-cent area. So we built up some support, 17 cents, got some resistance here. Support at 14 cents and resistance at 17 cents. We want to see volume come back in here. We had a little bit of an increase in volume, 40,000 shares traded today versus 1 in 8,000 shares the prior two trading days. So this could be a nice signal that we need. We want to see the volume continue to increase and see interest build up in the stock. We could see another run occur. What we want to see is a run to break out and not see a huge gap like we saw in the last time. So if we can see a nice gradual move up and some pressure put on this resistance, we could see a nice run, and the next resistance is going to be at 21 cents where our last resistance was back here. We've now built up a new resistance point considering we had that move up to 25, and our very old high point around 29 cents is also going to be a resistance. Taking a look at the RSI or strength indicator, this can give us overbought and oversold signals. You can see overbought was up here when the RSI had hit 90, and when it had dipped down to 50 on the RSI, that gave us an oversold point here around 10 cents. If you take a look at the RSI, again we're back around that 50 on the RSI, suggesting it's oversold again. We could see a nice move back up, and certainly any move up in the RSI around 90 you could use as a possible sell signal or an exit. Taking a look at the momentum indicator, you can see basically this whole sideways consolidation is basically whipsawing back and forth, so we don't really have any clear momentum here whether it's up or down. We're seeing a lot of sideways consolidation, and again we need to see volume pick up for that to change, and if we see volume pick up we should get a really nice run. Thanks very much for watching. Be sure to stop by pennystocksms.com.